Okay. Hey, hello. How's everybody? Um, I'm gonna do my best to go over all the main points of the certification course, and then I'll open it up to you guys for any questions. So we'll start out with kind of the structure of the thing. So basically, what you have is Saturdays, evening time in the US. That will be Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're on the other side, Singapore time, that is Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Okay. Do the math depending on where you're at in the world. So we have Saturdays. The orientation day is going to be September 20th. So you must be registered, applied, and registered by September 19th if you are going to do the certification course. The certification course is a 200-hour course. It is Yoga Alliance accredited. Um, that may or may not mean anything to you, but it's there if you want it. Um, so let's see. Logistics and important days. So you have September 19th. You must have your application submitted by September 19th. Orientation day is Saturday, September 20th. The applications, some people ask me, why is there a fee to apply? The fee to apply uh, is included or goes towards your final cost of the certification course. And the reason why I do that, well, there's a couple of reasons, but mainly what it is that when I do things like this, I've gotten hundreds of applications when there's no fee. But suddenly I put a fee in and then it's like, oh, you're serious. So yes, I've meant to weed out the people who are serious versus the people who are just curious. So you can be curious, that's fine. But if you are ready to commit, you got to put a little skin in the game so that I know how many people that I'm going to have. If, for instance, I only had one person registered and truly committed, I wouldn't be able to run the course, right? So I have to know how many people I'm going to have so that I know how to organize myself and how I can run the thing. So, $500 application fee, it will be included in your total. Um, if you are denied entry for any reason, I've never had to do it, but I'm not above it. I will if I need to. If that were to be the case, you would be refunded that $500 fee. Okay? That's just putting it out there. Um, if you want to apply for a scholarship, I do offer scholarships. If you want to apply for a scholarship, the application plus scholarship submission, which is an essay, basically telling me why you want and deserve a scholarship, that is due by September 14th. Okay, so if you're taking notes, write down the dates. Okay. Recipients of the scholarships will be notified 2 days later. So all scholarship applicants and recipients will be notified by September 16th. That way, if you are a person who's like, I really can't do it without the scholarship, I will give you enough time so that you can get your application fee back if you decide that you don't want to do it, or we can work out a different payment plan. I am willing to work out payment plans other than what is written on the website. Okay, so if that's an issue, please let me know with that. We'll work something out as well. Um, the full price of the course is $4,500. And if you are a member, if you have done any of my courses in the past, the handstand course, the Four Pillars course, the Complete Four Pillars course, the More is Less course, if you have done any of those things with me, you will receive a discount on the final price. So you will receive, and all of you guys who have been active with me currently and some in the past, you will receive a discount. So the total price is not necessarily going to be the total price. Okay. Payments due. So the first payment due is the application fee, and you have to have that in by either September 14th if you're doing the scholarship application. and it has to be in by September 19th if you are doing just a regular application. Okay, so that fee, $500 fee, must be included in your application. If you send me an application with no payment, it's trash. I'm not going to look at it because I got people who want to be in the course who are ready to put in, like I said, you got to put some skin in the game so I know who's serious and who's not. Okay, does that make sense? Everyone? Good. All right. I talked with other people about some of the yoga 200-hour certificates. And so I've broken up the payment into the application fee, an October 1st fee, a November 1st fee, and a December 1st fee. So you're paying over 4 payments. Again, if you need more, you can ask me for more and we can work out a different payment plan for you. But otherwise, that's one that I have set up. Um, Let's see. So with that, October 1st payment will be a $1,500. The November 1st payment will be a $1,500. And the December 1st payment, assuming you're paying full price, will be $1,000. If you receive discounts or scholarships, it will be taken off the last payments, not the initial. Okay? All right. The requirements, first of all, before I move on to the next topic of conversation, any questions about the dates, the important dates of September 19th, September 20th, orientation, September 14th, scholarship application, September 16th, you will be notified for scholarships. The payment days must be before September 19th, October 1st, November 1st, December 1st. Payments and dates. Everybody clear? Anybody questions? Just unmute yourself or put it in the chat and let me know. Okay, good. Okay, looks like everybody is clear on that. Okay, next is the requirements and expectations. So requirements and expectations for your basically 3-month, little bit more than 12-week certification course is communication. If you are going to miss a day, if you are sick, if you're whatever in a ditch, I expect that you will let me know so that I'm not like, hey, should I worry about this person? I want to know if you're checked out. A lot of times people have confrontation issues. So if you get nervous because, oh my God, you've fallen behind and you're whatever, fallen behind on the reading, fallen behind on your coursework, fallen behind on assignments, and you're afraid to show up, don't do that. That's stupid. You're an adult. Just let me know and we'll work something out, right? I mean, it's amazing that you have to say those things, but you do. So I'm not saying it against any of you personally. I'm just speaking from experience, right? Okay. All right. Now, what I'm looking for is majority live session attendance. Now, for us on the side of the Americas, what that means is Saturday nights. So if you have a wedding to attend, or you have a very special function, or whatever, I am not mad. Just like I said, let me know if you miss a session, you miss a session. Every session will be recorded. I'm looking for about 80% live session attendance. 100% is preferred, but I know that people have lives. So I recognize that and I understand that. Another piece will be there are going to be 3 tests and there will be 1 final exam. So you will be tested on the material that you learn. How else am I supposed to know, right? If you get it or not, right? So we have to test. So there will be 3 tests, final exam. There is a reading list. It is 3 books. I didn't pull out the books, but I will tell you what they are if you're interested. But each section, so October, November, and December, those are the ways that I am breaking up the coursework. The first part, I'll go over that in just a minute. But basically, your assignments. Your assignments will be postural assessments. Pretty much. There will be other assignments, but you will get 10 postural assessments that you must be able to do and complete and send in to me. What is a postural assignment? So that will be part of our first um, section, I guess you would call it, which will be our October session. Everything is based on the four pillars information, which is going to be how to understand muscle imbalance, postural dysfunction, pain and injury, how to look at how to look at somebody's posture, and then be able to determine not only what is wrong and what could have caused it, but then provide corrective exercises in order to help them with it. Okay. So that postural assessments are going to be a big part of the assignments. Like I said, you will get one a week. After the first few, like 2 or 3 weeks, I'll assign the first one. Okay. So postural assessments. There will be a final presentation. The final presentation will be a group class online. So the same way that I teach, if you guys have done drills or skills with me or any of the classes, teach online. I'm going to show you how to use the timer, how to teach group classes, and how to teach for beginners who don't know what the hell you're talking about. What I want from you guys from those final presentations is no more than 20 minutes. So 15 minutes is probably ideal, but if you go over a little bit, that's okay. The final presentation will be a 15-minute workout that you will lead in a group class setting. It will be online, it will be recorded, and it will be sent to me. Good. The next will be a thesis. Your thesis will be toward the end of your work, and that will be basically your understanding of all the information that's presented. So what I highly recommend that you do as we're going through is take just really good notes and even journal. So not only should you take notes about the stuff that I'm sharing, the stuff that I'm saying, but also then your response to it, your reaction to it. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Does it make you mad? Does it make you happy? What do you feel about it? Does that remind you of something else that you learned in college 20 years ago? I don't know. Make notes like that because all of that information will basically go into your thesis. What I want is essentially the stuff that I'm putting into your head, I want you to then be able to process and then put back out in your own way. Use it. How are you going to use the information that you learned? Okay. This is not a typical course where I make you memorize asana names or scripts for teaching. I don't do any of that. That's ridiculous. What you're going to learn is real useful information. Okay. And then I want you to be able to put your own stamp on it. I am not trying to make day clones. That's not my deal. I don't believe in that. You have your own individuality and I want to see it. Okay? Make sense? So far, so good. All right. Any questions with that? Some of the homework and the assignments. If there is, put it in the chat or unmute yourself and let me know.
Quick question, is the class, the
Mhm.
15-minute classes that we organize on our own and then recorded?
I
Are
will,
you
yes, you will
invited
organize
by?
it on your own. The other thing is that you will have, once we have our final batch for the certification course, you will not be alone. You will have a partner that is assigned to you. The reason why that I'm assigning a partner to you, we'll have a group text stream going, but you'll also have a group with you and your partner. The reason why I put you with a partner is because I want peer feedback on your teaching. And if I didn't put you with a partner and I had 15 people in the course, that would mean that you would have to watch 15-minute presentations by 15 different people and give peer feedback. And I don't want to waste your time like that. So basically, what I'm going to do is put you with a partner. You watch his or her presentation. She will watch your presentation and you will provide peer feedback. So you will have a partner throughout all of this, which will also be really useful for practicing, training, some of the homework, tests. The tests you can do with a partner. I don't care as long as it comes back to me with answers. It doesn't matter. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Let's see. What else? What else? The coaching sessions, You should prepare for up to 2 hours, but they will not exceed 2 hours. Never. You know, I'm very punctual. I will not end a class late. Okay. So up to 2 hours, prepare for. Sometimes we end after 90 minutes. On a rare occasion, I've ended after an hour. Prepare up to 2 hours. Let's see. We will do one-on-one meetings. So if ever you need me, we can schedule a meeting. Otherwise, I will randomly schedule them to see how you're doing with your coursework, with your test taking, with your thesis, with your final presentation, all those things. Okay, I think that's mostly the logistics. Um, Now let's get to the content. So the content. Part one, this will be in primarily October, the end of September and October. You'll be going through the four pillars course information. Some of you have already done it. Most of you have not. The four pillars, basically, like I said, it's going to be on muscle imbalance, postural dysfunction, corrective exercise, and some of the shoulder movements that we will use into that will carry into the handstand work. Handstanding is not a requirement and is not a prerequisite. You do not have to be a handstander. Okay. The second part of your coursework will be what I call athletic training. And for me, that is handstanding, but it may not be that for you. So I'll give you an example. On my first certification course that I ran a few years back, I had a girl who used to train capoeira. I don't know if you know capoeira, but it's a Brazilian martial art. And when she started doing yoga, her Ashtanga teachers told her that she couldn't practice anything else other than yoga. A very familiar and sad story. And so for 10 plus years, she stopped training capoeira, gave it up to do Ashtanga yoga. And so when she started working with me, I said, hey, why don't you go back to this thing that you used to love and see if you can incorporate it into your final presentation in the way that you teach what I call the athletic training portion. Okay, so that will be for group classes. So you could do capoeira, you can do salsa dancing, you can do whatever you want. I really don't care as long as it follows this kind of specific format that fits into the category of athletic training. You'll learn more about the difference between athletic training and strength training, and there is a difference. Um, for the athletic training, there was something else I wanted to say. Anyway, I can't think of it right now, but that will be part of your second part. So that will be your November. And then December will be strength training. And what we do for the strength training is based off the more is less course. And this will be minimum effective dose strength training, which means that you will be doing one set to failure, more or less, with 5 or 6 or 7 basic exercises. You'll learn how to scale that, and you should be able to teach strength training in one-on-one situations to anybody, any age, any size. Very high safety, very little risk. Good for like your the little 80-year-old grandma down next door. It would work for someone who's overweight. It would work for someone who's old. It would work for somebody who's in pain or injured. And that's kind of the beauty of that strength training portion. So those are the three main pieces of your certification course, should you choose to do it. I will have other things that are a part of that, like business, how do you make money as a yoga teacher, things that are like just useful and functional in this world. I'm very practical. I'm a triple earth sign, so I'm not gonna there's no fluff. I've said that before, but there is no fluff in this certification course. It's all practical, useful information to be a really effective coach, teacher, trainer, whatever you want to call yourself at the end. All right. Good. Any questions about anything I just said? I'm sure there's tons. So go ahead, feel free.
Just to clarify, the coaching sessions are the 7 p.m.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
to
So,
people.
yes, correct. So, there's including the orientation, which is on September 20th, there are 15 total Saturdays, and they are in a row. There is not a Saturday off. They are all in a row. So it is from September 20th to what's the last Saturday in December? The 27th of December. Anybody else? Okay.
Hi, Day.
Hey, Visca, go ahead.
Sorry, I think I'm joining this meeting late, so I still don't know what is the schedule
Okay,
for the coaching.
Okay, so the schedule is the coaching, first of all, as I should have mentioned this earlier, but I sort of see dumb things I assume you know, but you may or may not know. So part of your certification course included in the course is membership. So I expect that you will be in classes also throughout the week. You have access to all my classes throughout the week. That's part of the training. It's included in your practice hours. Um, the coaching sessions are on Saturdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And for you guys on the other side, are you in Jakarta or Bali, Fiska? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Jakarta.
Jakarta. So,
Jakarta.
yeah, so I think
Six,
that
six, six, gonna be
6 a.m.
6.
Yeah, it's 6 a.m. for you.
Mm,
Okay, for Malaysia,
mm,
Singapore, it's 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Sunday.
mm. So
Okay.
it's gonna be for me Sunday, right?
Yes, Sunday morning, 6 a.m. That really shouldn't get in the way of anything, should it? 6 a.m. It's like, what have you planned at 6 a.m. on Sunday that could potentially conflict with this training? I think, Priska, as long as you can wake up, you're in good shape as far as the training, as far as the coaching sessions. Okay. Anybody else?
So it's gonna be just only every Saturday and Sunday in my time, in every week
Every
for the
Sunday,
coaching.
your time, 6 a.m. Yes. Clara, I mentioned this earlier, but I'll say it again. Prepare for up to 2 hours, but most likely it will not be a full 2 hours. Unless there is a special presentation, unless we are going over some of the tests or the exams. Um, we will be going over homework assignments together during those coaching sessions. It will kind of be in two parts. The first part will be a review of what you've done over the week, and the second part will actually be me coaching you how to be the best coach or teacher or trainer ever. So, kind of two parts. So, it just depends on what we have to review from the week, how long the session will go. But, like I said, I will not go over 2 hours. It's just too long otherwise. Okay. If we miss the coaching sessions, do you get a recording? Yes, you will have recordings if you miss. As I mentioned before, I don't expect that you'll be able to attend every session no matter how like awesome you are, unless you're just a type A personality who won't miss no matter what. If you do miss a session, I'm looking for 80% or more attendance. So if you miss a couple of the sessions, that's fine. There will be a recording, and you guys will have access to a certification course folder. In that folder, you will have the course, like the Four Pillars course, the handstand course, the More is Less course. You will have all the coaching sessions recordings. Every single one will be in that folder, whether you attended or not, because you might want to go back to it and re-listen to oh, what'd she say like halfway through that one? What was that? What were those 4 points? Maybe we'll be tested on it. It'll be in there. Okay. So you'll have access to recordings for the entire duration of your course, your 3-month course. Okay? Okay, anybody else? No. Isak, May, anybody else? Iway, Pam, any other questions? No.
Uh,
Uh,
they
yeah.
so Sorry, I have too many questions. So,
I want the questions because sometimes I don't know what you know and what you don't know. So go ahead and ask the
yes.
thing. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Um, so we should do all the the membership class during the
You will have,
training or
yes, you
not?
will be a member. Part of your
And
certification.
so the membership will be already inside including all the curriculum.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. And
That's
honestly, hearing this, I'm so excited, but
good.
also like also afraid
Will
if
you,
I could.
okay, say what you're afraid of because I bet how many people seem like a little intimidated by the course. Just go like this. Yeah. And the reason why you're intimidated is because of me, because I'm tough, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
And you're intimidated by the workload. Okay. I promise, I promise, I will help you through it. You will get through it and it will be okay. I will not do, my assignments are not crazy. The thing that's going to take up the majority of your time is going to be watching the courses. Some of you have already done some of the courses. So the Four Pillars course is the longest. That's going to take up the majority of your time. The second one is the handstand course. The third one is the more is less course. You have to fit those in. And then there is reading. The reading is really like for the longest course, the Four Pillars course, I have the shortest book. It's like this. So it's incredibly short and it's very easy, an incredibly easy read. And we will go over everything. And if you're, like I said, we're all adults and we all have lives, and I recognize that. There is an expectation that you're going to be committed to doing the work. But if you fall behind, don't worry. There's no, for instance, there's no like, oh, you just missed the bar. You're not going to get your certificate at the end. It's not going to happen. If you want the certificate, you will get the certificate, even if it takes you a little bit longer to get it because you fell a little bit behind on the work. If you need longer on the work, I will give you it. If you just drop out without showing your face and without letting me know where you are or what happened, no, you're not going to get it. Right? But if you're like, no, just I need more time, cool. That's fine. As long as we're upfront and honest about it, I'm good. Okay? Okay. Anybody else? No? Okay. Here's what I want you guys to do if you're going to do it. Put the application in. So I have my numbers, I have my head count. Do that application. Remember that if you are doing any discounts, if you get any discounts or any scholarships, you will be made aware of them by the 16th of this month. So that's 10 days. So I have 10 days to collect all the people who want scholarships, all the people who are not applying for a scholarship just because you're like, no, it's fine. I don't really need a scholarship. I really, really love to support Day in her work. I love that. Thank you so much. For that, many of you will still be eligible for discounts. So with that, I will make sure that everybody knows what their final payments will be, with discounts and scholarships. Okay? Okay, good. Anybody else? Nope.
I have a question, Day.
Yep, go ahead, Jen.
The weekly classes, I really have not looked that closely at the website,
Okay.
but the daily classes, can you just tell me what time they are on the East Coast?
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you a better way to do that. So
Okay.
can you open up some device?
My freak.
So if you open up your phone or your iPad or your computer and you go to day1yoga.com, you will see two red boxes right on the top. One will say class schedule and the other one will say purchase classes or something like that. Just click on class schedule and you'll have the entire schedule laid out for you. There will not be There will not be any changes to the class times or to the main class schedule, although I will be adding classes. So I will be adding microdose classes back into the live schedule starting in October. So there will be more classes, but you'll have the basic idea of what the classes are and what times they are from what's up on the website right now. And it's more or less, it's very close to what you're doing already, Jen, in the start from zero. I mean, it's morning and evenings. That's when I teach. Okay. Pretty simple. So if you can find 30 minutes in your day to do a training, either in the morning or in the evening, that's good. Okay. Cool. Okay. Anybody else? Also, you guys probably know this about me, but I'll just say it anyway. So I'm a quality over quantity type girl. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't come to every single class and you can't, whatever. I don't care about that. 200 hour, I think, is the stupidest thing ever. The idea of 200 hour. What the hell is that? So I'll tell you a little bit about my training. When I got my first yoga certification, I did a 200-hour training over the course of 1 year. It wasn't 200 hours. It was like a year of training. It was way more than 200 hours, but it's what you put into it. Okay. And then there are trainings now that are like a month. Here's a month training in Bali. Now, come on, a month training in Bali. I'm not doing a training in Bali. I'm drinking coconuts. I'm hanging out with Fiska. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, you know? So it's just about the quality. It's my training as far as the time commitment is somewhere really right in the middle. 200 hours is pretty arbitrary if you ask me. You've already had years, for the most part, years and years and years of training that have built up to this. I know that. So this is a very specific way of looking at yoga, movement, teaching, coaching. Like I said, you're not doing any asana names. You're not doing any pranayama. You're not doing any 8 limbs, yamas, niyamas, none of that. You know all that. Do I need to say it? No. Has nothing to do with this. Okay? So it's, like I said, very, very practical information that's going to go into this training. Okay? Good. Last chance. Anybody else? Okay.
Okay.
Hi.
I missed the first portion on the dates. Is all the dates the same as what is listed on the site on your
Yes.
website?
Yes.
Okay.
It is all listed on the site. So what you need to know is Sunday morning at 7 a.m. coaching sessions. The first one will be on September 20th, and it will be every Saturday for 15 Saturdays until December 27th. Included in that is going to be all the weekly classes that you normally do as a member. Just whatever you do normally, right? If you usually go to foundations and skills, just keep doing that, right? You don't have to do anything out of your way or extraordinary as far as the weekly stuff. Just there is a practice portion that is included in your training. And certainly you'll be hearing the coaching a little bit differently now that you're actually learning to do it yourself, right? It's just a very specific way of teaching. I teach. Do you agree? You go to other people's yoga classes? Have you been to other people's yoga classes? Do I sound different than most yoga teachers? I think I do. It's been a long time, but I think I do. So I will be coaching you in just a little bit different way. That's all. Okay? All right. All right. Good. Looking forward to getting the rest of your applications. Some of you already have them in. Yep. Give me an idea of who's showing up. If you're like, Day, I'm going to apply, but I can't pay you right now, please text me so that I know, things like that. Just open communication for the people who are really serious. That's all. Very good. Go
Hey,
ahead.
Day.
Go ahead.
When will you confirm that you will be holding the course for sure? Like you have enough students and you're going to proceed.
I'm going to proceed. I'm going to proceed. I'll proceed with 4 or more. How about that? Okay, I'll proceed. That's just the type of person I am. But like, if it's one person, I would probably say if it's one person, I'd probably say let's do it differently. I wouldn't not do it, but I would say let's do it differently. Let's do it in a little bit more organic way. But yeah, I'll proceed. Okay.
Awesome. Great.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Alrighty. Last chance. Okay. All right, you guys. Everybody has my phone number. Does anybody not have my phone number? May?
I have your number on WhatsApp. Yes.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Everybody has my number. Feel free to reach out. Stay in touch, stay in communication. Let me know if you'd like to have a separate talk or anything like that. I'm available. And that's it. The recording, I'll put it in your member folder for this info session if you're already a member, and I'll put it on my Vimeo site as public for anybody. If you missed the first portion, you can watch it. Yeah.
One more question. So should we wait until 16th to do the application, or
No, do it
we
now.
can do it now?
The sooner the better. The sooner the better. Yeah.
It's like 500, right, for the first one?
Yeah, and that will be considered your first payment.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Okay. Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your questions. And I will see you very soon. Ciao.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.